Great. Hello, and welcome to Sunday Stretch for today. Oh, our final weekend in June. So we're about to hit July. Time is flying by. But this is your time to be present and really just kind of take your time. So with that, go ahead and close your eyes and just stand tall with your feet about hip width apart. And take a big breath in into the belly. Go ahead and let the belly expand. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last time, make it big. And bring the arm up overhead. Really reach long through the fingers. And just let it drop. Let the shoulder drop, let the elbow drop. Let the hand just fall, floating slowly down. Other arm up. Reaching tall, pulling the belly in, releasing that arch in the back. Creating a nice neutral spine, pulling the shoulder down even as you reach through the fingers. And then release. Shoulder, elbow, hand. Let's do both. Big stretch, strong, grounded in your feet, rooted in the ground, stretching, activating those arms, and then just releasing and letting everything float. We're going to do the same sequence, arm, leg, but this time we're going to let the whole body melt as the arms come down. So one arm up, actively reach up, stand at attention, neck, upper back, middle back, lower back, in line, in spine, hips, legs strong, and then drop, bend the knees, arch the back to come down, head is the last thing, chins up, and then down. Let your back stretch. And roll up slowly, head is last. Let the shoulders fall into place, head lifts, and other side. Standing nice and tall, almost like a toy soldier. Your arm up, reaching strong, and then release. Drop the head, hang. Feel how the spine might be expanding a little bit, releasing. And roll up. Both arms up, palms facing one another, reaching up, feeling strong in the body. Remember that toy soldier. And drop. And release. This time stay here. Hands on the ground or on the ankles, whatever's for you. Keep that belly pinned to the thighs. So keep that hip closed in the front, and then see how far you can go to stretch your legs. And when you get to the edge, come back to a bend. So we're going to bend and straighten a few times. Straighten. Bend. You should not feel this in the back, so the back should stay nice and neutral. If it's too much on your back, you just straighten a little less. About 4 more times, just really kind of loosening up in the back of the legs. 3. And last. And then slightly bend the legs, not as bent as before, and roll up. Really push through the middle back, push the belly in. So the back is really curved all the way up until those vertebrae stack and you come all the way up. And let's go ahead and keep the rest of the body in place and really roll those shoulders back. And let's slow it down, palms up. Just 90-degree bend in the elbow. And let's just raise up. Raise the shoulders up. Let the shoulders come down and behind you, shoulder blades pinching. Releasing from the top and then all the way down, centered and down. So shoulders are doing a slow circle and forward. So protraction is when those shoulder blades are pulling away from each other. Elevation is when you lift them up. Retraction, pull them back. And depression, down. Let's reverse it. Retract. Elevate. Protract, really open those shoulder blades and depress. One more time, retract. Elevate. Protract. Depress, actively push those shoulders down. And release. Shake your shoulders out. We're just gonna go ahead and bend the knees. Arms up. Little cactus position, so 90 degrees in the elbow. And we're just gonna twist. Side to side, nice and slow, keeping the hips from rotating, just really taking the rotation from the belly button up. Trying to keep those elbows out 180 degrees. So you're not bringing the elbow across, you're really turning the whole shoulder curl. Breathe with it. You can turn that head all the way past the arm, looking past the arm, whichever is the rear arm. And come back to center and release. Bring your feet a little wider apart. And I want you to go ahead and just play with the hips a little bit, just side to side. And then go ahead and roll it out. So feel the socket, the hip socket, and what's going on in there, and other way. Again, keep the belly firm so that you can maintain your posture in the back and spine. All right. And let's go ahead and turn one foot to the side. Should be 90 degrees from this foot, which is still toes lined up towards the front. And go ahead and open those arms. Again, stretching up tall, this time in this position. And then just lower into that front foot. Go ahead and let the arms come down. Just reaching out from the body. You want to keep your hip from pushing back. Push it under so you're as flat as possible. If I had 2 pieces of glass pushing you to be as flat as possible, and see how much further you can kind of let this back hip socket open up. And come back up in legs and drop the arms. So we're gonna widen the feet. Go a little wider or a lot wider, your choice. So whatever, feels comfortable in those hips. And we're gonna raise up. Breathing. Now give yourself a little more. If this hurts anywhere, go ahead and go back to a narrower stance. And then really find some depth. Again, keeping those hips pulled under. Don't want to stick out that rear. You're going to really control it. And leg up. And arms down. All right, this time we're going to reach down. You can grab the ankle, or you could just reach for the foot, or you can reach for the floor in front of the foot. Other arm comes up. And really, really, really feel the stretch. This time on the front, and that hip in the front. Again, open. Remember those pieces of glass pushing you, so you're flat. You're not just kind of in all planes of movement. There's really this one plane. And then let the leg bend. Same thing. And again, push those hips so that you can stay nice and flat. Reach for the top. Don't let the arm just fall back. Really keep it strong at 180 degrees from the bottom arm. All right, let's straighten. Extend the spine. And up and down. All right, let's turn and come up. All right, let's come back to, again, wide but not so wide. All right, you're gonna go ahead and turn one foot. Lift those arms. And go ahead and give me a little lunge. So feel how the hip is. Again, feel yourself pulling forward. And then pull maybe a little further. As you test out that ankle. And straighten up. Raise up. And down. Okay, let's go a little wider. Again, however wide you're comfortable. And let's go ahead and raise up. Bend, feel that stretch in that back hip. Push maybe a little further. Come up. And relax. All right, this time we're going to reach the arm. And again, if you're more comfortable with this narrower stance, go ahead and do that. And again, twist that, especially that bottom shoulder. Reach long through the spine, so keep that long line from the tailbone all the way up to the top of the head. And then bend. Staying strong, pushing in those hips so you can really open up. And straighten. Up. And down. All right, let's turn. Come over this foot and step up. All right, from here, we're gonna come down, we're gonna come down using our sun salutations, Surya Namaskar. So we're gonna come up. And just as we did before, you can bend the knees slightly if you like. Come forward, push that belly towards the thighs, and drop. Go ahead and lift up the chest. Really elongate through the spine, and then come down. And see if you can straighten the legs a little more. And from here, go ahead and put one leg back. Put the other leg back. Bring the body into a nice tight plank. And then go ahead and lower down ever so slowly. Control every inch. Release the toes down onto the ground. Top of the feet. Elbows pinned in. Shoulders depressed. So away from the ears. And then lightly lift. You're not going to come all the way up, just lightly lift. Reach long in the toes, they're still on the floor. You're just feeling kind of what your back feels like, pulling the shoulders back, shoulder blades together. And then release and come down. This time, let your arms come out to the side. And do the same thing again, very lightly. Barely raising up off the floor, but just really feeling the strength in your back. And down. This time, palms up, hands by the sides. And last time, let's just, we want to go a little further this time. And hands by the shoulders. Let's go ahead and come onto the knees and then all the way back into a child's pose. Reaching the hips for the heels. Stretching in the tops of the legs. Feeling the spine open up. Hands by the face, palms down. Pulling the belly in, so you can really stretch the back. Pull those shoulder blades open. Pull that tailbone down. You can even give yourself a little push right there in the tops of the glutes, right there to the sides of the tailbone. Feel that. Pull the shoulders down, shoulder blades open, and pull the tailbone down towards the heels. Try to keep that position, and you can return your arms by your face. All right, now let's come up into a tabletop position. We're making our way down to the floor. And go ahead and give me a nice strong cat position. So same thing, same position that we were in child's pose, really pulling the shoulder blades open, letting the head drop, letting the back expand. And then reversing it. Letting the belly fall through, pulling the shoulder blades together. Keeping your arms straight. And then a little more. See if you can find a little more space in front of the body as you scoop out the belly. And then find that space, move it to the back of the body. Reach the neck out of the shoulders. Belly stretches. And then come to neutral. Just kind of hang out there in neutral and keeping the belly gently firm to keep the arch or curve out of the spine. You want a nice flat back, a table that you could set. The head is, and the neck is in line with the spine, so you should be looking directly at the floor. So that neck is an extension of that tabletop. And let's go ahead and come down onto our forearms and just, you can go ahead and stick out that rear. Feel the stretch around the shoulders and the legs. And what we're going to do is tuck the feet, stay here in this position, and come on up. Make sure your shoulders are above your elbows so you don't cause any strain in the shoulders. Push into the heels, nice and strong. And return. Keep it toes tucked under and just stretch back. Come back up again, over the elbows, shoulders over the elbows, and stretch. And return again. Last time. All right, off the toes. Come on up and turn over. Roll all the way down. You can grab behind the thighs if you like, so you can control that roll. Bring the arm out to the side, one arm. And just what we did earlier. Reach up. Nice and tall. Feel the stretch on one side of your body. Natural curve in the back. Other arm can be resting here on the thigh or by your side. And then, just as we did before, let the arm melt down. This time, straighten your legs. Same thing. Arm goes out to the side. Make a little half snow angel. And then reach, reach. Feel the belly pull long. Really reach. And release. Now you're going to do the same thing. And remember, we melted before. We're going to bring those knees into the chest. So stretch long. Longer than before. Feel the lengthening. And pull. You can put your arm on top of the legs and just complete the curve, pulling the chin to the chest. And release. Down. Let's do the other side. Arms up. Reach, so the bent legs first. Reach on the side. And release. Straighten the legs. Reach on the side. And release. Reach. So you're really testing that shoulder mobility by that arm alongside, using the floor. That snow angel. And pull in. Chin to the chest. Push the middle back, the lower back into the floor. And let everything release. Go ahead and open the legs. Arms above the head. Stretch. Feel the middle of the body. Hold long. And with one arm, I want you to do the other half of the snow angel, coming down alongside the body, and then coming across and reaching off to the side, pulling the rest of the body, but keeping those legs apart. So feel the stretch. So your legs are still apart. One arm is reaching up, you may be laying on that arm, and the other arm reaches off to the side diagonal. And you can feel that stretch in the side of the body. Bring the arm back down and across. And up overhead. So again, other half of the snow angel. Across the body. Let it pull you. Pull, 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 pull. Until you go across. Stretch through the toes. Stretch in all directions. And bring it back. Let the hip come down. Arm come down. And up. Now I want you to open the arms in a V shape above your head. And then bring the legs together. So find their way together. Get a little space between them. And you're going to do the same thing with the legs. So you're going to bring it in, one foot to the knee, and then cross it over and feel the body stretch. So one arm and leg are in line across the body. The other leg is right underneath you. Make sure you pull in the belly and reduce, neutralize in the back. Reduce that arch. Take one big breath at least. And bring the leg back in and down. Other leg. Reach across. Reach with the body. Reach long. And come back in. Hopefully you took that deep breath. And down. Bring one leg up. Beside the chest, knee beside the chest. If you can, grab the top foot. If not, grab the ankle. And pull the knee down beside the belly. So again, if you can grab the top of the foot, do so. Give your hip a nice stretch. Lengthen in the spine. Elongate the neck. Flex the knee. Drop the leg. Flex the other knee. By the side, foot up. Grab the ankle or outside or inside of the foot and stretch, pushing that knee down. All right, this time we'll do both. So both knees in, both knees by the side of the chest, both feet flexed. That happy baby image. Just close your eyes and relax. Feel the hips opening up. Giving space. And with that, go ahead and put the soles of the feet together. Relax the body. Hands can be either gently on the belly, on the thighs if you want a little bit extra pressure, or by the side, maybe even holding the legs. If you want a blanket or pillows underneath the knees, that's fine. You could even put it underneath the lower back to make sure that you're maintaining that neutral spine. Continuing to stretch those inner thighs, opening the hips. Give it a little time to continue to open up. And if it's too much, you can always put some cushions underneath. Something to help support the legs. I just love this feeling of kind of just opening. All right, let's do the opposite. You go ahead and support the legs. They may be just a little stretched right now. Bring them together and then come off to the side. Lay on your side. Bring the knees in slightly, so you're going to be in fetal position. Just kind of relaxing there. Finding that comfortable position for you on your side. Relaxing the hips, its inner thighs, easily relaxing. Relaxing the upper body. Relaxing the hands and feet. And with that, you can feel free to stay there, roll over onto your back, meditate. Again, find whatever way works for you to be present and be still, just for this one moment, even as time continues to fly by. Thank you for joining me, and enjoy the rest of your time. This has been Sunday Stretch with Embody Well.